Hello, creation. I hope you're well. I've just read through this one. This is one off that notepad that I've rediscovered that I'd had lying about somewhere. Anyway, so it didn't have a title, but I've read through it and called it The Pastel Colours of Harmony. Make ready the steady hand, as ploughing fields of wisdom to unearth the harvest treat. You'll sell the words as produced goods to a world set for the feast. And the marching on of truthfulness aligns with stars and planets to melt the hardest of the hearts set tougher than the hardest granite. Thank you all experience that's leading forth the charge to universal wonders that have withstood all barrage. To witness such a birthing really is a privilege by far. With utmost faith and belief you shall rise again, the star. The brighter you will shine, the more that will be learned. A trip so vast there is no end, and yes, it's truly earned. The galaxy shall unify, and light again takes lead, and not one soul upon this earth shall hunger turn to greed. Again, I'd like to thank you. You helped me heal once more. The days are now a memory when once dropped to the floor. The pastel colours of harmony set deep within the mind are there to wake the appetite and wake all who'll be blind. So good to see you writing. It's been a while, we know. No need to ever worry as the spirit surely grows. With every written word comes a release from the past. Within the pages of your mind you will find a peace to last. Gracious, growing gracious, and the years bring forth the change, where the comforts of a universe of love will be the rage. So thank you, all of creation, for all of the roles you've played. It's a time of awesome wonder, and we are really glad that you stayed. Well, is that a message from higher self to self? Is it a message to any who resonate? I don't know. I think some of these writings that I've written have been a message from my higher self to me. Although that writing does seem to expand obviously towards the finish and encompass all of creation, which is what I am. We all are, aren't we? I'm not, due to contrary belief, I'm not Delulu. You know, might not be sharing the same reality as some of you, but every avenue, you know, such diversity throughout the whole of creation. Yeah, just wait while they start merging out and coming out, all those chameleons that are blending in amongst you. Yeah, but you've got to get to a stage in your own evolution that you can accept that that reality, you know, if that's the reality that you choose. I mean, in the overall plan, in the overall guidance, in the overall the great divine plan, the unfolding, the lifting of the mask, the removal of the mask, the lifting of the veil, shall we say, then for those who are wrapped in the deepest of illusion, and not necessarily in the darkest of illusion, but in the deepest of illusion. You know, you could be living a very, 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 you could be very happy with how things are going in your life. Could be, of course. Not everything's bad. You know, there's love and there's happiness, obviously, in the world. You know, it's what we vibrate, it's what we tap into. But there still will come a time, obviously, where you're going to be tested. You know, through loss, one way or another. You know, disappointments, frustrations, whatever. But for there to be a mass awakening, then, as has been said before, unfortunately that can take some kind of traumatic event where the vibration is plunged into such fear that only the acceptance of that fear, only the when you get to a point where you no longer fear, when you know through whatever you've gone through in your life, through whatever happens, through whatever traumatic event happens, when you give yourself over to the great divine, whatever that might be in your reality, even if that don't exist, there may well, you know, for you in your role that you're playing upon this within this lifetime, you know, then even those skeptics, those naysayers, those who believe in science and nothing else, or not just those, you know, the atheists, whatever, they may be plunged into such trauma that they will, in essence, give themselves over and resign. You know, is that actually giving themselves over to a great divine, to a higher self, to maybe not in their that may be not how they perceive it. It's how I perceive it. But we all can reach that stage where we totally let go of fear, and that can be such fear that we give up fear, and we no longer fear the fear, if that makes sense. We just let it go. We let it go, and we do say, well, you know, whatever will be, will be. Que sera, sera. I'm not going to fear this, and that's some stage to get to in your life. You know, when you no longer see things as the illusion as they have. You know, when you no longer fear. You know, that's when you see through a different filter. It really is. That's when you see hurt people, you know, for what they are. Hurt people. You know, those who are hurting others as hurt people, you know. Anyway, it's all just opinion, as per. I've run out of time on this one. I would have liked to talk a bit longer about this one, but anyway, not to worry. So, if it resonates, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll try and get another one done, a lighter one, later. Take care.